Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Blondest Podcast. I'm your host, Savannah Boda, and I have an extra special guest here today. Tyler's still here, don't worry.
Always.
Always. But I wanted to introduce you to one of my employees and future esthetician, Miss Zoe.
Hello, hello. I'm excited to be here. A little nervous.
You're
but
going to do
we got
great.
this.
You're going to do wonderful. So Zoe weirdly reminds me of a younger me, which is crazy. I didn't know this when we hired her because I actually didn't hire her. Well, I hired her, but someone else hired her. I disapproved the hire.
I met her on my first day there.
I wasn't there.
No, like my starting day.
Yeah.
We walked in and then she didn't know the code to get in because we got there before the other two girls.
Yeah, I don't know the code to my own building. It's not sad.
I feel like you do now.
You do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know, but at one time I didn't.
Well, because you had to change them because, she just had staff changes and got to keep the building secure. And
Yeah, gotta secure the building down. But yeah, so she also has wilderness trauma.
Yeah. It was really interesting finding out all of the weird little things that we had in common.
Yes.
Because right before I had gotten hired, I didn't know that you had a podcast. And I was like scrolling through the episodes and like looking at the names. And I saw, what was it called? Like Savannah in the Wild or something. And I was like, what is this? And I listened to part of it and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, there's no way. Because
Yeah.
it's really rare, I feel like, to find someone that also went through that.
Yeah.
It's a very unique experience.
Yeah.
And ours were a little different, but they were both in Utah. And hers was definitely a bit more
rugged.
yeah, like rural. I was still outside a lot of it, but I didn't
Didn't you have like a cabin?
when I wasn't in trouble.
When I was,
Yeah.
how often did you get in trouble?
It wasn't like I didn't do anything wrong when I was there. It was if I tried to tell my parents about what they were doing to me while I was there, that
Got
they
put
were
in
like,
a hole.
yeah, that I got put outside for a couple weeks and rocks thrown at me.
So we both have a trauma bond for that. And then we also both have toe thumbs like Megan Fox,
Yes, ma'am.
which is crazy. And we also love buffalo sauce,
Yes.
like obsessed.
Put it on every meal.
And then also she's a loner cat lady like me. Like she reminds me of like me before I met Lance, like where I would literally just have cats and I would just go home after work and be with my cat. So it's just weird. We have a lot
You
of
make me sound like a loser.
You're not a loser.
She's got some fugly thumbs. She just hangs out with her cats.
No, because
I
that's
have a
how
life, guys. I promise.
That's how I was.
Some of the
Tyler's
time.
my first like best friend I've had in years because I was very like isolated. So
Mhm.
I just would go and work and then I'd come home with Nova, Nala, and Athena and I would just stay in bed. Just
I
chill.
don't just stay in bed.
Okay, well that's what I did.
I mean, I stay in bed
So you're
sometimes.
You go to bed at like
let's
9
be real.
p.m.
Let's be real.
I just feel like in the type of work that we do, we interact with people
Yeah.
so much of the day. And like when I get home, I'm just like, I just want to be alone and I need to recharge my
That's
battery.
how I was. That doesn't make you a loser. It's just life. Like it's tiring. I think people are more psychotic when they can go to a 9 to 5 and then they want to go to the freaking club or they want to go out and drink after and like
Absolutely
not judging you, but judging you. Like that. I'm not judging you. I just don't understand you actually.
I honestly wish I could be you.
I used to, yeah.
Like,
I used
'cause
to envy that.
I've never been like that. I think I got like part of my party phase out in high school, and
I think
I've
that's how
always-
all of us
yeah.
are.
Yeah, all
and-
three of us.
And now I feel like an 80-year-old woman. And I just want to be alone in my apartment with my cats, and
And you told me that you don't do
but
that.
I do still go out
When?
like a couple times a month.
Like
I was about to
twice
say
a year.
yeah.
No, I do things.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, we have some hard hitting questions for you today.
first, tell us about yourself. Like, what's your address? What's your social security number?
Like, what street did I grow up on?
Yeah, your mother's maiden name.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, so my name is Zoe Boyd. I am 21 years old. I've lived in like Dallas, North Dallas, Texas area my whole life. I've always been into aesthetics, like since I could remember. I've always loved beauty and all things skincare and things like that. When I was like 10, I think, I had like a little YouTube channel and I would edit my videos with makeup tutorials and things like that. So I always loved that. And I graduated high school in the midst of the pandemic, which makes me sound like super, super young because seems like so not that long ago. But anyways, I went to college for a little bit to A&M, and it was really hard, especially from going to Wilderness. My education in high school was so not structured, and so going into college without having like the skills of how to really study, and there's a pandemic going on, everything's online, I just was like, this wasn't for me. And I came home, and I'd always wanted to go into aesthetics. I just never really thought that I could pursue it. And I've always known who you were, Savannah. Like, when I go into school, I'm just saying, you're asking me about myself. But anyways, and so I was in school. I told my dad I wanted to go to aesthetic school, and he was like, okay, slay. And I went, and then I graduated, got my license, and I worked at Sephora for a little bit, because when you graduate aesthetic school, no one wants to hire you.
Nobody.
Everyone's like, you got to have like 5+ years of experience. I'm like, well, where the hell do I get that experience at? And I had this girl that I used to work with at Torchy's Tacos when I was in high school.
So good.
And I can't eat it anymore. But anyways, she worked at Sephora. She was like, you should apply. And I was like, I don't want to go to Sephora. But it was a good stepping stone.
She's really good at color matching Oxygenetics foundation. So if you are in the local DFW area,
don't.
Zoe really loves to color match foundation. It's like her favorite thing to do. Every day she's like, Savannah, can you post so people can come in and get color matched? And she just loves it so much. So this is your sign to come get color matched at SBA. We're open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 4 and then 10 to 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4. She would love to color match you and get you foundation matched.
Next question.
Okay, so the first question was, why did you go to esthetician school?
Okay, I kind of answered that. Okay, yeah, cool.
But you just went because you loved aesthetics. Like,
well,
that's
yeah.
it.
I mean, I've also struggled with acne. It didn't really start getting bad till like 2021, but I've always had I've struggled with skin issues and overall just like self-image, body issues. And so I've always liked helping people with that. And even when I was in like middle school, I was doing people's brows and their makeup and giving them skincare tips and things like that, and just helping people feel more beautiful and confident in their skin.
Like, how did you hear about Savannah?
To be honest, I don't even know. I feel like I just knew who she was.
Like, did you know her before you went to aesthetic school or after?
I think I followed you before, but I honestly don't know for sure. Because I remember being in school. I went to the Dallas Skin Institute, and then one of my instructors there was like, yeah, the Dallas esthetician took a class here. And I was like, what? I was like, no way. And they were like, yeah, she was here. I met her. And she was like, yeah, she was so cool. Did you get your it was your permanent makeup? Yeah.
What is that, like microblading?
Yeah, microblading.
Yeah. Because I took that there too. Not permanent makeup, just the microblading.
That was all right. I took 5 different classes because I was just so stressed out about microblading.
Crazy and wants to get certified in everything.
8 times. I know. I'm an overachiever. Okay.
That's
I have
good.
a follow-up question. What was your impression or who you thought of me before you met me? And am I the same person that you think I am online? Or do you think I'm okay, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm trying to ask. What I'm trying to ask is, how did you expect me to be versus how I am? Or was it pretty much what you see is what did you expect me to be a different way?
No. I mean, I feel like the more I get to know you, the more weird I realize you are, which is not a bad thing because I'm freaking
no, that's
weird
what I always tell people. I'm like, Savannah is literally a loser. I love her to death.
Not even a loser, but I was like, this girl's a freak. I was like, because she'll say the most random things, but I love it because I'm like, me too. And so I always knew you have that sort of vibe because you're so open and honest online. But I remember exactly what you were wearing too when I first met you.
That's weird, Zoe. I'm scared.
That's not something to be scared of. You're wearing those I think they were Dior sandals, and then some type of free people dress per usual.
Yeah.
But no, I just remember that. But actually, no, that wasn't the first time I met you because I'd come into the spa before to get my scrubs, and you were sitting there eating some type of quinoa bowl, and you were hiding behind the MacBook. I couldn't see you when I walked in, and when you stood up, I was like, oh, this girl's really small. I was like, she's a little person. And so that was my first main impression. I didn't realize how short you were.
People always say that I'm a lot shorter in person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's every person you see online though. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I feel like it's because like you have such like a high profile, like or a big profile, that you just like in your head, like subconsciously you're like, oh, she's gonna be massive. Like when I see her or something.
So
like,
you thought I was a whale?
no.
just like tall,
Just
like
like
5'8".
tall, like
like
Lady
5'9".
Gaga, for example. Apparently, I think she's like 5 foot.
Same with the Kardashians.
And people,
I
yeah,
feel like Kim's really short.
yeah,
So
Okay.
I get
Slay.
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Slay.
Why did you want to work for Savannah?
I mean, she's the best of the best.
Like, how did you come across, or like you were
Well,
following
okay.
her?
Yeah, so I've followed her for like years, and I saw that you were posting because I had been ready for like a new step to enter a new chapter in my life, and I saw that she posted like we're hiring for spa coordinator / personal assistant, and I was like, this is my time, and I honestly didn't think that I would get it because I was like,
Why does everyone say that gets hired? They're like,
Because
didn't
you-
think you'd
you
hire
have-
me, and they're like shocked when I give them an offer letter.
no.
The last 3 people I've hired are like, really?
Well, because
You have so many applications coming in. So I was like, I'm just this bitch coming from Sephora. Like, why would she want me? Like, I didn't really. I mean, I didn't think I was like a fucking loser or anything,
Yeah.
but I just thought I had so much competition. So I was
Yeah.
like, I remember I got home from work that day. I'd got off at like 9 or 10. I think it was a closing shift. And I saw that post. I was like literally in the bathroom at work and I was scrolling through Instagram and I was like, she's hiring. I was like, this is my chance. And so I went home and I updated my resume. I wrote everything down. And then she was like, email your zodiac sign, a fun fact about
Take
you.
this quiz.
Take this like Myers-Briggs test. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll just do this really quick. Took me like 3 hours to take
Did you
this
learn anything
personality
about
test.
yourself?
I forget even what my results were.
They were the same.
Because I
The
think
Yeah.
ENFJ.
Yeah, I
'cause
don't even
think
remember
Savannah
what it stands
made
for.
at that time. I don't know if you still do it, but it was like Myers-Briggs and
Anagram.
anagram.
Oh, it said to do
Yeah.
that one, but I was like, fuck that, I'm not doing that.
Wow, I shouldn't have hired you. You didn't follow the rules.
Dude, it was way too much.
The
I
anagram
couldn't
one,
do
when
it.
you made me take that one's longer than the Myers-Briggs. That one's
Okay,
so
I just,
long.
but it's okay when you're listen, when you're a small team, you got to make sure that everyone's zodiac signs are harmonious.
Then why
their
do we have
Enneagram-
like 5 Aquarians working here?
Because I like the people. I
Okay.
don't judge. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're a zodiac sign I don't like. I'm not going to hire you. Like, that's so immature. Like, I'm not going to do that. It just so happened that everyone was an Aquarius. Okay, I don't know.
Wait,
what's
what is
Landon?
what is Landon?
She's a Virgo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she's my
There's too many Virgos and Aquarians up in here.
There's 3 Aquarians.
Two.
And
3, yeah, 3.
At one point, there were 4 Aquarians.
Yeah.
Scary. It
That's
was
a
me on my lonesome by myself. But I just it's very important. Like if I had a huge corporate office, okay, and there's like 80 people, I don't want to give 2 shits about your Myers-Briggs, okay? But when you're in such a small environment, you've really got to make sure everyone meshes. Like it really does affect the team if the team doesn't get along and we don't jive and we don't work well. And so it's very important. And like, do I put a lot of stake in that? Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't like your Enneagram sign. No, but I just kind of like to know. It's more
It gives
so
you more insight.
I just want to know what kind of person they are,
Yeah.
if they're more like logical thinking or they're more like impulsive or if they're more on feeling or thinking. Like, I just want to know so how I can be a better boss to them and how I can work with them better. So that's really what I look for when I have those things is like, who are you as a person? And the zodiac's just fun. Like, I just like to know,
Yeah.
like, I really don't, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're Scorpio. Like, I'm not gonna hire you.
No.
Like,
No,
that's,
I'm
and
the
I think
same
I've had some
way.
kickback by that before. Someone like literally was like, I would never work for someone that asked me my zodiac sign. That's so mature. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're a Gemini. I'm not gonna hire you. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to. It's just fun. I ask what your spirit animal is. I'm not gonna not
Yeah.
hire you because you don't have the right spirit animal. Except one girl told me she didn't have a spirit animal, and I was like, that's
I would say the same
Weird.
thing.
okay.
That's because you're a freak.
But there's no way it's more common to have a spirit animal
You-
than
you
to
don't have
You
not.
just
Like
make
at all?
one up.
You don't have one at all.
But then that's just lying. Would you rather have a liar in your job interview or a truthful person
I
saying,
would
I'm
say
not down with
that's
that
like-
weird shit?
Well, it's kind of sociopathic to not have a spirit animal.
What's your spirit animal?
Mine.
Something
It
water.
changes.
You're not allowed to have that. It has to be one true spirit animal. You can't have multiple
It's a
different.
frog.
Really?
That's hurtful. Yes.
I've never heard you talk about your love for frogs.
No, it's
no,
not
remember?
about that. It's
no,
just like
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay,
I'm a
when
spirit
she-
animal card reader.
Yes, okay.
Certified
I forgot
by the
what mine-
Mayans in Tulum. So watch your mouth.
No.
But before that, what would you say? Before
I would have
got
said a cat. Basic. I would have been like,
lame.
I know, but that's what I would say. If
What is yours?
An otter. Actually, it mine changed once. It was in my interview when I got asked that question. I was like either an otter or a koala. Now it's a capybara for
Slay.
sure,
Love that.
hands down.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but you have to pick a spirit animal right now. Go.
You guys pick one for me.
You give
give
me
owl
giraffe.
energy. Oh, giraffe.
Giraffe. You said owl.
What are you
I
trying to
said
say about
owl.
my
I think he's
neck?
very wise.
Don't do that.
I think he's very wise and
I don't like
suspicious,
that.
and he like owls stay up at night. So I just
Doesn't stay. Oh wait, yeah, your sleep schedule's
he
pretty
gives
weird.
me owl energy. Just very wise, wisdom, logistical, smart, night owl. He's an owl for sure.
I'll take that.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
I guess I
I
have a spirit
recant-
animal, y'all. We
I
all
recant my
experience
giraffe.
that together.
Yeah, you're an owl for
Okay.
sure. I'll explain though why I'm a frog. Okay, because at first I was offended when I pulled the frog card because I was like, no one wants to be a frog.
Yeah.
But also, if y'all know the whole rat frog thing, I also am a frog when it comes to that. And if you don't know, if you haven't listened to this episode, okay, I saw this TikTok and it says everyone either looks like a rat or a frog. And when you start looking at people, like it
was a-
just clicks.
It was a rat or a toad.
a rat or a toad. Yeah, you're a rat. You're a rat.
I'm not a rat.
No,
yeah,
you're a rat.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, when you told me once, you were like, you're like a mixture of like a rat and a frog.
I was like, you're a rat frog hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Because sometimes you give toad energy and then other days you give rat energy. So you're interchangeable. I for sure am a frog. For sure. Frog energy all the way around. Toad, toad, toad. But anyways, so when I read my spirit animal card, it was just saying like that frogs like are very creative people. They like to recharge in the water and they're really drawn to water. And like when they're out of balance, like they can be very chaotic and like that's me. So I am a frog. But anyways, what was the question?
Why do you want to work? Why did you want to work with Savannah?
we ever finish that?
Because what we were talking about with the personality test and all that, that's part of what enticed me even more because I like that. It's like a more personal thing
Yeah.
rather than just like corporate type job place where I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is fun. I was like, little personality test, little zodiac sign, even though I submitted it at like midnight because it took me a few hours and then I had to
Mhm.
work the next morning. But yeah. And then did my interview and then here I am
Amazing.
9 months later.
Like a baby. You're
Yeah.
finally being born.
Aw, 9 months later.
What? Oh, it took me a second for what you're trying to say.
What is your favorite thing about SBA?
Mm.
Things. You can have more than one.
Like, what do you mean, like, thing?
I don't know.
Like,
Like,
what's your favorite part of working at SBA?
like my favorite part of SBA, I love that it's beautiful and clean and everything is just intentional. Like the scissors are gold, the laminator's pink. Like it's just girly and fun and like
Yeah.
just gives good vibes and it smells good and like it's just like fun.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that just like the aesthetically pleasing working environment also,
Like even
It-
my pins are cute. Like I don't have Bic pins, you know?
yeah,
My pins are cute and fluffy.
tool pens,
Mhm.
TUL, love those pens.
Rose gold.
Yeah. So I'd say that. Also just but I feel like that's more of like a basic answer. Like I legitimately, not to say your answer is basic, like for me.
I was like, oh.
Well,
For
I'm not gonna be like,
me.
I think you love it because I'm fucking
No.
the best boss ever and I buy snacks and I keep
That's
the
one.
snack
The
fridge.
snacks are great.
Guys, the snacks are too much.
Oh,
Love
I
the
order. I literally
snacks.
go around. I'm like, "What's your favorite snack?"
I think you get
What's your
more
favorite snack?
snacks for the spa than you do for like your house.
What's that? My love language is like feeding.
I'm a
and
big
gift giving.
bitch. I gotta eat while I'm at work. I'm running around. I need to get some
No,
gushers,
literally
some
every time I come
Cheez-Its.
visit, like Zoe has like some napkin with just like a concoction of different snacks.
No, that's not me. I don't do the mixtures.
That's Maria.
yeah,
makes
Maria
mixture.
loves making her mixtures.
Well, you and Maria
but she'll
will...
she'll make them and I'll be like, oh, that looks
Yeah,
kinda
exactly.
good. And then we'll both start eating it. But no, I usually just eat something like some type of buffalo snack. But I would say the snacks. Just overall, I like it being a more just personal environment. I love the clients. I feel like I see them and I'm like, hey, girly pop. And it's just fun. Like it's just a fun,
Aw,
upbeat
love that.
environment.
Good.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite part about working at SBA?
See, I feel like these two can go hand in hand with what I like and don't like
Mm-hmm.
is the candles. Because sometimes
She
it's
thinks
just
she's,
a
she
little
thinks that she
too
literally
much.
thinks she's gonna like be on one of those shows where it's like, if you worked for SBA during 2020 to 2023, you might be entitled to compensation because
that's
you might
what-
have lung cancer.
No, it's like, yes, it smells amazing, but sometimes I'm like, I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah,
I just
she
need
blew
to
out my
open
candle the
a
other day. I got
window.
so pissed. I was like, why'd you blow out my candle?
I can't breathe.
I was like, why'd you blow it
Do you
out?
remember Adrielle used to be the exact same way about the candles too?
Yeah, she's
And-
like, we're all gonna die.
No, yeah, like even Adrielle's
Yeah.
mom was like, because Adrielle's mom would like, she would come home from work and she'd be like, "You reek of candles."
It's like good, like it smells great, but then sometimes I just need to like take a step outside and just like breathe some
Do you
fresh air.
you guys don't have the diffuser anymore, do you?
Oh
we
yes, we
do,
do.
but
Oh,
not
we
the
we
big
have that
one.
too.
No, the big.
No, because that one broke.
Okay, be
and-
Because you
grateful.
broke it. You would go in every morning and you'd pick it.
No,
Zoe, be fucking for real.
no.
I
One
think you
time-
broke it.
This is a funny story. We had I think it's called like a Van Gogh or something, like Van Gogh 360.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's $1,000.
Gigantic.
It was very expensive. It
For
was an
such a
investment.
small room. You know that thing's big enough to filter through our entire house, and we had it in just the consult room. And I walk into this console and just sitting there, and I forgot that around like 2 p.m. every day, it would just start like whoosh, just like spraying out the scent. And I walk in, and I'm like, hey, and the client's sitting there, and she's like. And coughing, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Let me turn this off for you. And she's like, it's okay. And I was like, that's it. This thing's got to go. And then now it's in the attic, and
Because
will
it
never
broke.
be seen
Because
again.
you kicked it.
No, and then we tried to fix it and looked up the reviews, and everyone said that it was an awful, awful machine.
I still think there's a conspiracy theory. I think that you slowly went in there and like did something to
It's
break
the
it.
same thing with her beta fish. Like,
Yeah,
the
Jesner
older-
went
What beta
missing.
the
fish?
employee.
Who's
the
Jesner?
older- It was a beta fish that used to live at the spa, and
And one day disappeared, and everyone
Wait,
gaslit me.
what?
yeah,
Yeah.
The fish just
literally-
vanished?
No, literally vanished.
And I was like, would y'all tell me if like it died? Like, it's okay. Like, I'm not going to fire you. Like, just tell me the truth. And they're like, we don't know what happened. And I'm like, sus. And so I interviewed them all privately to see if their stories matched up.
You interrogated them.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I turned down all the lights.
No,
and I
because
got
it
a
was in
flashlight
this-
and I was like, where's Jesner? No, I'm just kidding. I
Was it
didn't
just
do
one
that.
beta fish? Did it
Yeah.
have- oh wait, beta fish can't be with other beta fish, so they like
No.
attack
Looked
each
at
other.
him. But yeah, he was the last one, and then he was missing. And then they're like, maybe a client took him. And I'm like,
Lion scoops up a fish out of a little fish tank and takes it
I
home.
don't know. But there was no remnants of its death or anything. And then I've actually been reading Reddit threads and conspiracies that it could have been abducted by aliens because aliens are very drawn to beta fish and they're like connected. So
Oh,
might be in a spaceship right now.
that's
Jesner.
some tin
Could be.
hat shit right there.
yeah.
Well, we all know that I'm into conspiracy theories, but let's
So the candles.
Rest in
that's your
peace,
answer.
Jesner. What's his name? Jesner?
Jesner.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
peel.
Ah, gotcha. Yes, that's my answer.
The candles.
Damn.
That was a
That's
safe
really
answer.
PC.
Yeah, no, I don't believe her.
I don't believe you.
Yeah,
Wait,
me
repeat the
neither.
question again.
Your least
What-
favorite thing is really the candles.
That was the first thing that popped into my mind.
okay.
Not like Savannah's manic days, or not.
Yeah, not
like-
when I like start randomly cleaning everything and like start.
Well, I don't know
spiraling.
I didn't know how deep we were getting with this. I gave like
She's
a
like, I got
good-
some stuff.
No, that's why he's saying we.
You want to
we're
get
like-
into it? Let's get into it, guys. No. I mean, like, obviously, there's some days I come in where I'm like not having the best day. Same thing with you.
Yeah.
But sometimes
It's life.
Savannah wants to
Burn the whole
burn
place
the
down.
building down and start everything.
Like
I do
I would
this like
say,
once
like,
every like 6 months. I come in. I'm like, let's just burn it down. File insurance.
I'd say like every once a month, every
I would
month
say
and
8
a
weeks. I'd give it
half.
8 weeks.
6 weeks. Let's meet in the middle.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
I'll answer what I think your
Yeah.
answer would be from
Okay.
my time working there, and I know she.
You worked
still
there
is
for like
this way.
5 minutes.
I worked there for Anyway,
Yeah, Tyler
Um,
topped out. But Tyler was also there during the beginning saga of SBA where things were like not structured, not organized.
7
Like,
days a week, 11 hours a day.
yeah.
Anyway, I would say when you have like the previous day, you know, she's like, tomorrow we need to do this, 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 and this. So you have like a whole to-do list to do the next day. And then she
Mm.
comes in the next day and then she's like, we need to do this, 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 and this. And
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
all different things. And you're like, okay, like Slay,
I
when
don't
am
do that
gonna-"
anymore.
You don't do that anymore?
No. I don't.
No, she'll be like, she'll call me and she'll be like, we need Village Baking Co. in the morning.
I've done that twice.
And they hate me there now because I pull up with this long list. I
buy you pastries and you have that you
I feel
could walk
silenced.
there.
Let me tell my story.
I just want some context that you live right next to it, okay? And I
then-
pay for it.
No. But then I bring it, doesn't eat any of it.
It's for the
Sits there.
team.
And they didn't eat it either. I was
That's
the
not
only
my
one.
fault that everyone's on a diet
But
right
you
now
said-
before summer. It's
no,
hot girl summer.
You
It's
said
not
you're
my
like,
fault.
I want the whatever the hell it's called. The
I was
Palmier
high
cookie.
in bed, Zoe
I
Boyd.
want this and this, and I'm like, okay,
I was
get my ass up
high out of my
early
mind and
bring
hungry.
it, and then doesn't eat any of it. It's really fucked up.
I'm sorry.
It's funny.
Yeah, maybe that's my other answer for a thing I like least about. Sometimes I'm an Uber Eats driver from
Okay.
Uptown to Louisville.
Okay, you live right next to it. 1, 2, I buy you breakfast. Okay.
Their ham sandwich is so
And-
good.
And I do free treatments for you. I do your
You
skin.
do that for all the employees.
I've done you more than I've done anyone else.
That's because I have more skin issues. Don't you want me to be beautiful for clients?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
It's
thought.
true. What's your favorite product?
Like that we carry at all.
Yeah. I
Do
mean,
I just have to name one?
Surely it wouldn't be a product that you
No,
don't carry.
no,
Surely.
I didn't know if you meant like from Skin Better, from Face Reality, or
it's
just
your
like in
favorite
general.
product.
Okay, can I do like multiple? I don't know if I can
okay,
pick one.
Number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
This is hard. I think Even Tone.
Really?
Yeah, I really
I
love
love
Even
Even Tone.
Tone. It like changed. I had so much pigment from like leftover cystic acne because I'm a picker. I'm a dirty little picker.
Okay, yeah.
And I've gotten better about it since working at SBA because if I would come into work and there'd be a giant scab before I picked, I would get shunned.
I wouldn't get
Not
shunned.
actually.
I would say,
no.
did you pick your skin? And you would be like, no. And I'm like, okay. You're
No, I
lying.
wouldn't say it like no. I was like, no, like where you knew I was lying. But anyways, I've gotten better about that.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of scarring and pigment left over, and Even Tone like really changed the game for that. So love her.
Same. And then
Slay
you can
Even
give
Tone.
like runner up.
Acne Med,
Slay.
Face Reality.
True. Facts.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about working for Savannah?
Yeah.
Didn't we already answer this?
Nope. This is a different question.
What was the other
same,
one?
same, but different.
I think what
SBA
what
is
was
as
your-
a whole is like that's the building.
Thing.
No.
Your name's on the building.
Okay, but me personally, like, why do you like working for Savannah Boda? Not Savannah Boda Aesthetics. Why do you like working for me?
Because we're so alike. I think it's like we just like get each other. Where it's like I don't even have to say something and you already know like what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Just
And then we have least favorite.
get each other.
Yeah, what's your least favorite thing about me?
This feels redundant. I just answered.
That's my least favorite thing about you is that you
What?
question my things. She does. She always questions me.
That's not true.
It's okay.
A little bit.
Okay. You do the same for me.
But I'm your boss.
Okay. I just have questions. I just have really bad ADHD,
So you
guys.
said candles. What's your least favorite
Okay.
thing? So,
So
that's not. That
so
has
what's
nothing
my
to do
least
with
favorite
her.
thing about you?
About working for her.
Oh. Just the manicness sometimes. It gets a little like we said. Like you'll be like, you'll give me a list of things to do and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I put that in a priority, like in my mind of what needs to get done first. And then you're like, have you done this yet? And I'm like, no, I don't. That's not at the top of my list. Like we don't have time to do that like right at this moment.
Yeah.
But in your mind, the way your brain works is like, if you think of something right away, like it needs to get done immediately.
Yeah.
And I put it in like a list of like what's top priority.
That's also why I'm in therapy because I have trust issues.
Yeah,
That's
we've
sad.
talked about this on the podcast before,
Yeah.
but like
If something doesn't
Savannah-
get done right away, like I assume it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then like I have to be updated. And like my biggest thing that I like always look for with my employees, and I'm trying to get better at this because okay, this is my fear. So hear me out. This is my fear. Is
Okay.
like I say, okay, Tyler, you need to renew our alarm system. Okay. It's due on this day, right? And then you never tell me it's done. And then 5 months later, I'm getting a $500 fine because I never followed up on it. So then I feel responsible because I didn't ask you if it was done and you never told me it was done. So communication is like super big for me. And sometimes like when people get things done, they're like, oh, it's done. And they never tell me that it was done.
Yeah.
And so then I get stressed out that it wasn't done because
get
it's
that.
my name at the end of the day and it's like my responsibility. And so I just get stressed when people don't tell me things. And then it annoys people when I'm like, hey, did you get this done? But it's like, I just need to know. So that's
I
in
get
my
that.
head. Like I can't sleep at night until I know that like my checklist and like what needs to be done in the business is done because I get so stressed about it. And I'm like, want everything to get done when it needs to get done. properly and on time.
I feel that.
So that's my brain.
Yeah.
But I know it can be annoying, but I try not to be like, hey, did you get this done? Did you get this done? Did you get this done? Because I'm not like that. But I definitely like find, okay, so you think I am like that.
Just sometimes.
I liked because when I was there, you had like those to-do list sheets and you would write them for
And then they'll
us,
scratch them off.
and
Yeah,
then I would
nobody
scratch them
does that
off.
anymore. Everyone like just like shreds them in the shredder. I'm
And
just
then I would
kidding.
scratch them off, and then you would just be able to come up to the desk and like
See what was done.
See what was done.
Yeah,
like,
so maybe,
look at
and we
it.
have all of our little notepads, so maybe we should start doing that.
Well, I don't know what this is. What are you talking about?
It's like she had like
So
these
like,
little
okay, I
rip-off
come
things that has a
in the
to-do
morning
list.
and I'd write like all the things that like need to get done that week, and I would list it from like priority to like least important. And then every time Tyler got it done, so he didn't have to like come back and talk to me because he was busy doing stuff, he would just like scratch it off. And then if I really wanted to know without asking him, be like, hey, did you get this done? I would just look at his paper, and if it was scratched off, it was done.
You were writing them in like top priority,
Yeah,
like order?
yeah.
Hmm.
Would you like that?
I don't know. I feel
Well,
like
it's
it could
happening
last
tomorrow.
I feel like it could last for like a week.
I did it for months.
She did.
You can try it.
Yeah, we'll try it out.
See how it works.
Yeah. Slay. Look at that resolution.
You're welcome. What's your day-to-day like? What do you do at the business? What?
So I feel like the easiest way to explain it is like Savannah's like a doctor and I'm the nurse, and I'm like prepping everyone, prepping the clients, getting them ready. They come in, I get to do their intake and everything, take their Vizia pictures, kind of already assess like, because I know like I'm like 99% right most of the time
Mhm.
if I know that they shouldn't be getting that treatment that they were scheduled for that day.
Yeah.
And so just kind of like getting
That
everyone
reminds me of something,
What?
but I'll tell you later.
Okay. Getting everyone like prepped and
I'm
ready.
ready now.
And then you're making my ADD go wild.
I'm sorry. Hang on. I forgot. You just triggered a memory for me.
I'm scared.
Okay, so go on. So
Anyways, yeah. So just kind of prepping everyone, all of the clients. I'm pretty much running around into treatment rooms, consult room, and like giving Savannah the information about the clients and
Mhm.
just like,
Charting.
charting, scurrying around like a little rat,
Well,
prepping everyone. I do all of the in-clinic consults, and then I bring all of that information back to Savannah.
slay. Okay.
what's your favorite story from working at SBA?
Does it have to like it's like when it was like at work?
Yeah.
This is hard. I can't think of one like
On the spot.
yeah. This is why I wanted to know what questions were being asked.
yeah,
and they
guys,
put me on the
yeah, we
spot.
put her
I
on the
didn't get
spot.
to read anything of what was going to be asked of me.
I told her she had to do what I do because every week that I come here, I never know what we're talking about. Literally
You
until
guys are
we're
making me look like a manic psycho.
No, it's fun. I think it's fun. Like it's
I
part
keep
of
things fresh, light, and riveting, so I don't know.
Well,
but-
because Savannah will like think of what we're talking about on the drive here and just like put it in a
Because
notes
I'm not a
app.
calculated ass bitch,
Well, you're
okay?
busy.
I fly on the seat of my foot. What's it called? Seat of your hoof? Fly off the seat of your foot.
Ugh.
I've never heard of any of this.
What is it, Paul? Tell me. Fly off the seat of your pants? Okay. That's what I do.
What's that? You're bringing in hoofs into this conversation.
That's what I thought it was. That's what I do. I keep things fresh and light and chaotic, and that's how I live my life, and it's fun. At least I'm not boring, so.
I'm just not good at improv. I was a theater kid in high school,
You've
and
done
improv,
really well this whole time.
improv was my worst. Thank you.
Except you hate my candles in my to-do list, but that's fine.
You
Oh,
asked
it's
the
just gonna be-
questions.
yeah,
I know.
you asked the questions.
I wanted to know the honest truth, and you know what? There could have been a lot worse things,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but what would you rate me out of all the bosses you've ever had?
I haven't had that many.
Torchies, Sephora.
And me.
My first job was at Kenny's Burger Joint in Frisco for 9 months. And I was,
Don't give too much personal information about like when you did stuff too. Just protect yourself.
okay. It was just a little burger joint.
You don't want people to track you down and be like, Zoe worked at Kenny's Burger Joint for 9 months. She said she graduated high school during the people can get calculated and find where you live.
Now
You should
I'm
know better than anyone.
scared.
Zoe's the queen at finding where people live.
I'm not a psycho. Okay, I worked at a little burger joint when I was in high school. It was my first like real job, and I don't remember much of it because it was a while ago. And then yeah, I worked a lot in like not fast food, but restaurant business. When being in high school, But the thing is, it's different because I wasn't like so close with my
So you hate me.
managers.
It's okay.
No.
Do you think that it made your skin worse? That's something I want to talk about.
Working in like the food industry?
Because when I worked around food and like greasy food, I really think it like triggered my acne.
100%.
Like working,
Probably.
like being in a kitchen and
Well, I
stuff
smelled
like
like
that.
Definitely.
a taco when I would come home from work. Literally smelled like I like was like bathing in like
Yeah.
meat and spices. But it's different too because wait, what was the question? I don't even remember.
Am I your favorite boss you've ever had?
Oh, yeah. I just want to say it like that to fuck with you. Obviously, all of my other bosses have been like 50-year-old men.
Yeah,
So you like me because I'm a young woman.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Well, I don't have anything in common with my previous bosses. They were just weirdos.
Okay.
Well, you're a
That's okay.
weirdo, but
She was just talking the other day about how much she like hated her boss at Sephora.
who,
Or
me?
one of them, yeah. The guy you said that works at the one that you live by now. And
Oh. Yes.
So, yeah,
I
I would
liked
say-
him, but he did not like me.
Oh.
But that's because I just didn't.
Zoe doesn't like to clean.
No, Zoe was an
No, it
awful
wasn't that.
employee.
No.
Zoe would
wasn't that.
hide in the Sol de Janeiro aisle so that she didn't have to color match people. And then one time I saw this video on her TikTok of her sweeping like so good. And I was like, send it to her. And I was like, why don't you do this at SBA? Like,
I do.
Zoe, also, I'll tell you my least favorite thing about you is your cleanliness. That's the one thing. Everything else I really, really love about you.
I'm not a dirty bitch. You know why it's so hard to clean? Because of the candles. And the candles get this black shit everywhere
You-
on all the white cabinets. And then just
Okay.
more things to clean.
Well, at least it smells good. That's all I have to say.
It does smell very good. If
You know what
ever
my
walk into
biggest
the
flex
spa-
is? When the UPS guys come in to pick up packages or drop off packages and they go, wow, it smells so good in here. And that makes me happy. It makes me happy.
It's worth all the soot in the lungs.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's all we have for this episode.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, it was a pleasure being on here. I
Oh.
hope that y'all learned some fun facts about me. And yeah,
Thanks for coming, Zoe.
Thanks for coming, Zoe. Have a
Thank
have a
you.
great Monday.
thank you.
We love you guys.
We love y'all.
Thanks
See
for
you
listening.
next week. Bye.